Somebody come get 'em. They're too old for TikTok.
Hello and welcome to Too Old for TikTok. This is episode 239. And I say this every episode that it's a special one, but it's especially special because we were just on a hiatus because I had a child.
You did have a child, and you had a child right when we had just come up with a game plan for not going on a hiatus. So that was a little, I don't know, maybe inconsiderate of your child to come right then, but we love her.
We do love my child. She came the day before my due date. So we were just ill-prepared, but we're back now.
We're back. Would you say we're better than ever?
I would say that. I'm just a whole different person. I'm a mom now.
You're a mother.
Mommy, mamacita.
You're a mamacita. How is it being a mamacita?
I texted someone this the other day when they asked me, and I said, it's just kind of crazy to have a baby.
Yeah.
It's just a crazy thing.
It's like a Tamagotchi, but like actually there's repercussions.
No, it's because like one day you don't have a baby, and literally like the next day you have a baby.
Yeah.
And your whole life changes.
For show.
For sure, yeah. I mean, it's changed for the better because I love her, but also it's insane. You just can never be prepared. You really can't.
And actually, is she a month old now?
She is a month old. Yes. She turned a month yesterday.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, my voice.
Yeah, your voice. You sound unwell.
I've been unwell for a very long time, and I guess I'm just permanently unwell.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, baby. Well, I wanna ask you a question.
Okay.
What was your rose and thorn of the past month? Not including her birth, obviously.
Yeah, or like, well, the rose of just she's like a perfect baby. I love her.
Okay,
That's
but like
rose.
do a better one. I need something more specific.
Yes. My rose was that you got to meet her even though you live far away. You got to see her 2 times, and so I feel like you spent some quality time with her. That was a huge rose, and you were a welcome visitor.
No comment. I mean, no comment about the other visitors.
Yeah, no, everyone's a welcome visitor here.
No.
As long as they don't stay too long. The thorn was like, I didn't know how hard it was to feed a baby. And it's just, they eat so often, and breastfeeding, nurse feeding, that's the one thing I will say I was very not prepared for. I think I used TikTok actually was really helpful to prepare for having a baby. Like once I was on that side of TikTok of like, this is what labor looks like, this is what newborn stuff looks like. Very helpful. I should have gotten on the feeding side of TikTok for the baby because I would have been more prepared. It's crazy how TikTok knows switch from pregnancy content to newborn content like the second I had a child.
That is really interesting.
Yeah, but there's a lot of creators who are just very helpful on the app.
I'm glad that you're getting a lot of intel from the app. I was just reflecting recently on how much I feel like I learn on TikTok. As we know, we have a segment called Learning on TikTok.
Yeah.
And just when I talk to people and I know about things, I'm like, there's just so much information. And sometimes when I am looking, like recently, I've been trying to make some purchases for my wardrobe. Mm-hmm. And sometimes TikTok is just so helpful to see, like I'll look at an item, I'll search it on TikTok just to see how it's worn.
How it's styled.
Yeah.
That's a great use of TikTok. It's funny, I received some books to read about babies and birth, but as I was reading them, like I was like, I learned this on the app. What?
Well, where do you think they got their info, Dena?
Of course. No, it's like the sleep stuff now, like sleep training. You know, there's a thing like have your baby sleep 12 weeks.
12 weeks. Okay. 12, where you go?
12 hours at 12 weeks. And there's books and there's things, but also these TikTok people just tell you how to do it in like little short bursts of video, which
and you
is
can put
easier to digest.
1.25 speed.
1.5, I thought.
Or
Either
2.
way. Or 2. Yeah. I mean,
Whatever.
it's great. I only listen at the higher speed now.
Excellent.
What's new with you, Catalina?
Well, I have not had a baby, but I did get to meet your lovely baby.
And as you said, she's the people's baby.
She's the people's baby. Yeah. The people want more pictures. The people want to see the baby. I was actually thinking, I have a friend who long ago created like a shared album on iPhone where they just upload photos. And that's sometimes fun for like, you know, the crowds that really want to see the baby pictures. But I like my personalized baby photo. Well, they're not really personalized. I know you're sending them to everyone, and that's fine. But, you know, I like the ones that you send to our little group. I like seeing them every day. And a recent favorite of mine was you were feeding her and Ben was feeding you your water bottle.
Actually, that was I only sent that to you.
Oh my God, that's so kind.
It was personal because I
Thank
knew you would like my Awala bottle.
I love your Awala bottle.
Yes.
So many things have happened this past month, but like of note, I'm not so sure. So I'm just going to fast forward. Obviously, I'm ill. I've been unwell for a very long time. It appears this is just my life now. I was really worried I was going to get you and baby ill, but I did not, thankfully.
Knock on wood. We're good.
Well, I think enough time has passed that it wouldn't be my responsibility at this point.
For sure.
Most recently, I went to Toronto for a conference. I didn't really get to spend that much time doing things because I had to work on course prep one day, which I just like spent in the hotel and then go to the stupid conference. But I do have a good anecdote. I have 2 anecdotes from Toronto. One is that I went to a meal with someone I'm friends with who's another professor and some people who are more like acquaintances / someone I had just met right then. And for some reason, we got on the topic of travel credit cards.
We love that topic.
I know. And I was like, I don't want to. One time a friend said to me, what is something that you could give a 30-minute lecture on, no preparation? I think that'd be actually like a good TikTok prompt. Like, what are you prepared to give a lecture on, no preparation? For me, it's travel incentives and credit cards. Is one of many topics, obviously.
I think you could talk for 30 minutes on anything.
That's true. I actually have a lot of special interests. And I realize this more and more when I'm talking to people and I'm like, wow, I'm just like I'm a freak. But anyway, so someone else brought it up and I was like, how much do you want to know? Because like, you tell me when to stop. So I would like intermittently be saying things, but I taught them. I dropped some knowledge. But they were receptive, and then at the end of the meal, the girl who was giving us our server.
The girl who was giving you food.
She was like, so are you travel agents?
I think it's like more funny to you. You're hysterical laughing right now, and I'm laughing because you are. But I mean,
it was just very funny to be at like a work meal with other professors and have them ask like if I'm a travel agent, because every time she came over to the table, I was talking about credit card points.
Well, maybe she wanted to learn from you too.
Yes. And then my final anecdote, because I know we need to move on because you need to feed your baby because she eats because she's growing.
Yes.
Is that I'm on a quest to buy a very specific type of pants. And I bought some pants while I was in Toronto at this vintage store. And today I was wearing them in a department meeting. And our admin, who's Gen Z, was like, I love your pants. I have the same ones.
Highest compliment. That's amazing.
It's either the highest compliment or I'm doing something like horrifically wrong.
No, I think it's a compliment.
So yeah, the end. Shall we discuss
Let's
TikTok?
discuss the talk. So I put as the first one here, Melissa, who, shout out Melissa. I hope she's listening to this episode. She sent a video by Gabby is Brian.
Guys, I'm having the best day texting. My texts are so good today.
So I could relate to this because, having a baby, I'm cooped up all day, and I've really found that our little group chats and my texting is just such a bright spot in my day to stay connected to people other than, the baby's not talking back to me. So I've been having great days texting, and it just really rang true, especially in this season of my life.
I agree. I love texting. I've always loved, I used to be the kid in the basement on AIM for 7 hours.
We all?
But texting is that. I just carry AIM with me now. So my culture is chatting. Mm-hmm. One thing that I find sometimes is that I kind of get overwhelmed with Instagram messages.
Oh, you know what? Since I'm not so on Instagram, not a lot of people are sending me Instagram messages. So
I was at this conference, like a little busy, being a travel agent. And I kept opening Instagram and having like a million notifications of people just like sending me videos. And I was finding it very overwhelming because we are always on our texting. And so when we're not, the texts accumulate.
Mm-hmm. And the DMs for you have been accumulating, it seems.
Yeah, and they were like a lot of videos, and I was like,
it's hard to keep up. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah,
it's a full-time job.
Yes. Well, and the next video I have that Sam sent, shout out to Sam also, is by Hooper_Pooper_Scooper.
I shat my pants when I was 17 when I visited Machu Picchu, which is one of the 7 wonders of the world. And you know what that means? Only 6 more to go.
This is funny. I thought immediately of you, Catalina.
I knew you were going to say
the Etruscan ruins.
I feel like that's the only reason you wanted to talk about this.
Yes.
I did not shit my pants. I'm also
at
work right now screaming in my office. I did not shit my pants.
Okay. Well, you did, for the record.
I didn't
your
poop
pants
my
off.
pants. I took them off and I pooped behind a wall.
Oh my God, you're right. I'll admit when I'm wrong. I misremembered. But I just remember you coming out from behind the wall holding up your pants as if there was poop on them.
They were actually not pants.
It was leggings?
They were tights because I was wearing a dress.
Yeah. So heinous. Okay, let's move on to my For You page, which is so newborn forward. But the one video I want to highlight is by Jada_Cole. And it's pretty visual, but she's having her baby, who baby's 3, 6 months, who knows, lick a Nerd's gummy cluster.
Yeah, you do. You want more? You have one more lick, okay? Just one more lick.
Now, I love Nerd's gummy clusters, and I love my baby. I don't think I'm going to have my baby look at Nerd's gummy cluster. I am not a cool enough mom for that. But I went to the comments thinking there would be a lot of hate. There isn't. Yeah, a lot of people are supportive. I think she deleted any hate ones there.
Well, the funny comments are like, Mom here, this is actually really bad for them as there's a high chance of them turning into a giant blueberry and needing to be taken away by the Oompa Loompas to the juicing room.
That's a really funny comment. Love.
Another one is, you should never do that with babies because it teaches them to take from our candy stash when they grow up, and that's unacceptable.
Love that people are supportive.
Yeah, well, I think this is also kind of a trend on TikTok right now, is anticipating hate comments.
Yeah.
And then undercutting them. I saw it in another one that was someone showing her baby heated rivalry, and people were like, this is actually so dangerous. Now your daughter is going to have impeccable taste in television. It's an infant. Yes. The infant does not know what they're watching, obviously.
Of course. Okay, so moving on, the Olympics are a month away, which I'm so excited about. You know, I love the Olympics. So everyone should be following Coach Jackie. JCubeDHacks is the username. She follows women's sports and reports on them. So there's a video she did about Lindsey Vonn coming back.
I hope there's a documentary crew following Lindsey Vonn around right now because she's making a comeback that is unheard of, not just in skiing, but in all of sports. Please, if you haven't heard about this, just give me a second to explain. Hey, I'm Coach Jackie with all your women's sports news, and I get more excited for the Winter Olympics every single day. So Lindsey Vonn is a legendary alpine skier. She is a 4-time Olympian. She's won 3 Olympic medals, one of which was a gold medal she won in 2010. But one thing you should know about alpine skiing, it's a very dangerous sport. Like, if you're an alpine skier, chances are you've crashed, you've gotten injured before. Over the course of Lindsey's illustrious career, she was in near constant pain. She had 9 knee surgeries. And after a particularly bad crash in 2018, it was time for Lindsey to retire and step away from skiing. And even though she wasn't skiing, her pain still didn't go away. That was until a doctor suggested in 2024 that she get a partial knee replacement surgery on her right knee. So that's what Lindsey does. Here she is in the hospital walking for the first time with the titanium implants in her knee. She puts everything she has into recovery, pushing herself every day. And she defies all the odds, having a truly speedy recovery. 10 weeks after her knee surgery, she's skiing again. But this time, for the first time in years, she's pain-free.
So I will be watching Lindsey Vonn. I'm so excited for her return. Fun fact, the day that Lila was born, Lindsey Vonn won that race. So good luck for everyone, you know.
I gotta say, I did not watch the full 2 minutes. It felt very long to me. I'm not as into the Olympics as you are.
Yes, you know, well, that's okay.
I mean, I know Lindsey Vonn's name, and I know she's famous. I would never recognize her, like, if I was walking down the street.
Well, she's coming out of retirement. This is huge. But moving on.
Oh, I'm not allowed to make comments? We have to move on because Dena needs to feed her baby.
What's your comment?
Oh, I was just gonna say that am probably going to watch the Olympics also. I guess it was a bad comment. We could just skip.
Okay, great. Last thing about the Olympics. Handball is a sport, and the U.S. is automatically qualified for a team, so they held open tryouts. And there's a creator named More.Monet who is documenting her tryout journey.
I am literally going to an Olympic tryout for a sport that I have never played before. And I am so not nervous because the chance of me actually making this team is like basically zero. There were so many times where I was like, what am I doing? This is so dumb. Like, it even costs money to do this. I'm like, am I wasting my time? I'm wasting my money. Not to mention that I am 30 years old. On the sign-up sheet, it said, come if you were tall. I am not tall. I'm 5'5". Although I am in the parking lot right now, and I'm not seeing a lot of super tall people walking in, so that could be a plus. Basically, because the United States is hosting the Olympics this year, they get a spot in every single sport. So the sport of handball, the U.S. usually never qualifies for, but because they get an automatic bid, they have to make a team all of a sudden. Basically like a mix between basketball, soccer, and I would honestly say rugby because it is like a very physical sport, and I've played all three of those.
And now the sport is getting really popular because Coach Jackie posted about the tryouts, and because someone who's already on the handball team is posting about it. So I will be following the U.S. handball team.
Who
the
is
women's
Coach
handball
Jackie?
team. She's the creator who we just highlighted, who talked about Lindsey Vonn.
I didn't realize because the username is More Monet.
I said that too.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good listening skills. How's your ADHD medication working out?
Oh, what time is it? Yeah, I didn't take it. Oops.
Oh, man.
Should I take it? Is it too late now? Nah, I'll take it.
I'm not a doctor. I can't advise
I'll take
you on
it. It's
that.
fine.
Okay,
Hold,
take it on the
please.
pod. Yeah.
That's so funny. Well, as I do that, I was going to say, do you think the handball is going to be like the next, I don't know, pickleball?
Rugby? No, I think like, you know how Alana Marr made U.S. women's rugby really popular? I think handball is the next sport that TikTok really makes popular. Women's sport, yeah.
Are you going to play it?
You know what? I was Delulu enough to be like, I could be a goalie. Like, I could make the team. I'm 37 and I'm very out of shape and I just had a baby. But, like, I was a good goalie, a soccer goalie. So, you know, I should have gone to open tryouts. But I didn't. Alas, my Olympic dreams are ruined.
I mean, there will always be next year.
No, there is every 4 years, Catalina. Come on.
Oh, right.
Take that medication.
Take that pill. That's very funny. Okay. Oh, can I just say that this is this is related to my cough that I just did. Last night, I got home from my trip to Toronto and had to set up. I'm teaching an online course this semester, and so that requires like a lot of sort of infrastructure setup, obviously for obvious reasons. And I don't know why, but I think we know why. I completely miscalculated my time, completely mismanaged like how I was going to get all this done. And even though I spent a full day in Toronto in the hotel holed up, like finalizing things, I didn't have everything set up. So last night I was trying to set things up, whatever. I'm in like a wormhole of hyperfixating on like creating this new document. And then all of a sudden it's 1:30 in the morning and I still have to, which is not me. I normally stop working at like 7. Work-life balance.
Oh my God.
And so I had to create this video of like the welcome to the course and explaining things. And I was incapable of doing the video. It took me until 2:30 in the morning. I recorded myself. The recording was 18 minutes long.
Oh, no. I want to see the bloopers.
Oh my God, I'll send you them. I kept having to stop and like put my head in my hands because of how many times I was just like not doing it right. And on top of it, when I finished recording, I realized the whole time I had been recording. When you do a PowerPoint on full screen and you have another laptop hooked up, it's like the preview.
Oh, geez.
I was recording the preview.
Oh, no.
And I said, I'm posting
You're
it.
not yeah.
I posted it.
Question.
Enjoy the preview, students.
Can your students watch on 2x speed? Because 18 minutes is much
No,
too long.
Dena. The video was 18 minutes because of how many times I messed up. The final video was like 7 minutes long. I was in iMovie cutting myself, like cutting the bloopers.
Well, 7 minutes is also too long.
I mean, it has to be, it's too much info, baby.
Okay, let's move on to your For You page. The first video is extremely visual.
I just kind of liked this. I was trying to think of like what trends I've been seeing on TikTok that I feel like talking about since you've been, absent with a child. And one that I guess we haven't talked about is I saw a few videos that are people showing what it's like to live at their height. So this girl's video, which obviously is very visual, is from the user Lex McNeil, and she is 4'11". And so I was watching it and I was like, this doesn't seem that weird to me. And it's because I am like 5'4". But then people inside were like, oh my God, I feel safe here. Like the 6'2" one was terrifying. So I went and found the 6'2" one. When I tell you, it was terrifying.
Was it? I haven't seen it.
See the top of the fridge.
That is kind of crazy,
It's kind of crazy to think of like the vantage point from which people walk around their homes. It's a completely different perspective.
Of life. Yeah, that is really crazy.
Okay, so that's just,
Good trend. Good trend.
Good trend. Hold on, I'm taking the rest of my pill.
It's taken you like 10 minutes.
Well, it's because I had to borrow one from Ivan because I wasn't able to go to the pharmacy.
Oh my God. Okay, moving on.
The next one I really liked. We didn't really discuss it in our tertulia, even though I thought it would be a good discussion, but Melissa did send some commentary. And it is by Pete Ballmer Comedy. And it is dividing people into bees, captains, golden retrievers, and fruit flies.
All of your friends can be put in one of 4 quadrants based on if they plan things or not and if they're flaky or not. First up, we have captains. These are people who plan things but are also flaky. They come in hot to group chats. They plan things, get things in motion. But also they will bail a decent amount of time because they're very busy, or at least they like to act like they are. These can be kind of frustrating people to be friends with, but if you hang out with a captain a lot, that means that you are in their platoon. Next up, we have fruit flies. These are people who are flaky and don't plan things. These are people who are pretty aimless in general. They often don't really know what's going on in their life. You can't count on seeing them all that often. And when you do see them, they float in. You're like, oh, wow, look at that. Go figure. I guess it's that time of year, I suppose, and you just sort of enjoy them for what they are. Next, we have people who are not flaky, but they don't plan things. We call these people golden retrievers because if there's something going on, they're down, they're in, they're locked in, they're on the particle so early. They're often a great time, love to hang out, display a shockingly low amount of agency in terms of making things happen for themselves. They can be often confusing and at odds with who they are as a person, but generally speaking, these people just love community and love hanging out, and they're grateful for anyone in their life who does try to plan something. Finally, we have people who plan things that are not flaky. We call these people bees because they are dedicated to the hive. They're going to be there. They're going to be working on stuff, making it happen, and staying close to their buddies. These are an interesting group of people because they alternate between being very chill and having no chill. They're people who will be really great friends and really fun to be around pretty often. But also type of people who will send you an angry text if you don't show up to their birthday.
Okay, I think I'm all of those things. At certain times, periods, with certain groups of people, I can fall into every one of those categories.
I think that generally most of the people, I'm just saying in our TikTok group that, all of our listeners, if we have any still, are close personal friends with. Myself, Ashley, friend of the pod, Sam, and I would say you also are plan makers.
Yes.
Or do you not think you're a plan maker?
Well, I do, but when I'm with you and Sam, like the two of you and Sam particularly, it's too many cooks in the kitchen. So I need to learn to take a step back because it's not worth it to have, everyone can't be a plan maker because then we make no decisions. So I can fall in line, basically.
I actually felt that when we went to Detroit, that I was like taking a seat and letting others decide things, and I was like, wow, because I'm so used to like making most of the decisions.
Right.
So it was interesting to be with a group of friends where I felt like there were other plan makers that were responsible.
I think both of us in our marital relationships are definitely the plan makers.
Yes, in our relationships, we are bees and our husbands are golden retrievers.
100%.
Yes.
But with certain friends, I think I'm able to take the back seat and say, oh, happy for you to make the plan. But other friends, if they're not up to making the plan, I'm happy to.
But I don't think you're a fruit fly. I don't really think you're flaky.
Thank you. Oh, that's true. I am. Yeah. Okay. I take it back. I'm not a fruit fly.
Yeah.
If I make a plan, I stick to it.
And that's the bee. Because the captain also, I think, had a flanky element to it. No? I don't know. I just felt like bees, golden retrievers is more our people.
That's true. Yes.
Fruit flies, get out of my life.
Get out.
But
yeah.
people in the comments were like, notice how no one's saying they're a fruit fly. In the comment. I could name some fruit flies.
So can I.
I'll name them all.
Let's not name names. Yeah. Let's move on to our food section. We have a very important update, which actually makes me very sad because it's been a dream of mine to try Tyra Banks' Semi's hot ice cream, but I had just had a baby, so I could not attend the pop-up in New York, but Catalina was able to. So please explain your experience and make it concise.
Okay, well, first and foremost, you can attend a pop-up because there's multiple pop-ups in New York.
Okay, right. I may go. Yeah.
The one that I went to, which was the one that was at the Art Space in Chelsea Market, which, speaking of golden retrievers, captains, and fruit flies, one of my friends who, in our group chat, our friends from home that we made this arrangement with, who had sent a really rude message saying that a lot of people were repeating in the chat things that we had already confirmed, ended up showing up and texting, I didn't realize this was a museum. And I was like, I will end your life. Anyway,
wow.
so concisely, I did take notes. And I will try to read them as fast but also understandably as possible. Smize. All right, here we go. I went on December 19th. The first thing, we walk in, you have to watch like a video because you're going into one of these places that are kind of like those Van Gogh museums where they project art on the walls or, you know, whatever. So it's that, but it's all Christmas stuff. Frankly, I would not send someone to that establishment unless you were going to like an event that needed an event space. But I guess it's good for people in New York looking to be indoors when it's cold. The bartender was very friendly, very talkative, and also, as it turned out, the manager. So he informed us of the following. First, he said, as we were trying to order, that it cannot be spiked. We were not allowed to have it spiked, but that was actually because of Tyra. They didn't want them to alter it in any way. Then when we started asking him questions initially, he said, I do not know its ingredients or how it is made. Just watch Tyra's video. So I thought he didn't want to talk. But then he really spilled a lot of information. One of the things he said was that he received several emails from Tyra's team saying that you are not allowed to drink it with straws because that would make it seem like a drink. And it's not a drink. It's hot ice cream.
Mm-hmm. So you need a spoon.
No. You were also not given a spoon.
So weird.
Then may contain nuts. Okay.
May or
Want to
not.
know why? Because there are no ingredients listed. The
So
flavor
secretive.
that I tried was the brown sugar chocolate chip cookie.
Yum.
We entered the establishment at 2:05 and we were fully done, having had a lengthy conversation with this man and sat around for a while. We were done at 2:20. So 15 minutes, we were done.
And you finished the whole thing in that time.
Actually, I don't think Ashley and I shared one.
Okay.
It was tasty, but I kept drinking it being like, this is going to make my stomach hurt. Like, I need to stop.
Too heavy. Yeah.
Also, our friend who's lactose intolerant ordered this like seasonal martini that because he thought that we were going to be walking around, he put in a plastic cup and it was just like purple water. Very funny. Okay. The manager said, and I quote, it's not ice cream.
But
And
it is.
He said that because, and this is a fun little like genre debate, kind of like our is it a salad debate. In order to serve ice cream at a food establishment in New York City, you need a special license. They did not have to get that license. So,
Wow. So it's hot
technically,
chocolate.
according to the law, it's not ice cream, it's a beverage. But according to Tyra's team,
It's ice cream.
it's ice cream
It's hot ice cream.
and you can't have a spoon or a straw.
Amazing intel.
He said, I asked how it was delivered, and he said it comes to them in an unmarked quart container.
Wow.
And he said that they had a lot of leftovers. And so he was going to ask if they could extend the pop-up because, like, he was like, what am I going to do? Just, like, throw all these quarts of ice cream, not ice cream out? They also were at the establishment Mr. Purple, which we had tried to get in there. Ashley had, like, a whole exchange on Instagram with the Mr. Purple people. And it was, they got that because, oh, my God, my voice, I sound like I'm a child going through puberty. Because the manager, this man who we were speaking to, used to work at Mr. Purple.
Oh.
And Mr. Purple had catered the event that Tyra did that was like the preview event where like podcasters who have thousands of listeners like Who Weekly went to. And then finally Telemundo was there.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah, the end.
Okay, that was perfect. And
you.
one day I dream to try.
Well, you
some
can. You can
eyes.
go to Serendipity where I think it makes a lot more sense.
Okay, I will. Let's move on to a new section very smartly entitled Media by Catalina, because we talk about so many shows and their relationship to TikTok. So we have a whole new section called Media.
Yeah, I just feel like we're always talking about the discourse surrounding different television shows. So maybe we can, categorize them, put them in a little box over here.
Yeah. So Traitors started, which we won't spoil anything on this episode.
But you better not, because I haven't watched yet.
Oh my God, right. But it's fantastic. 3 episodes dropped. And there's been a lot of great TikTok videos. The first is by Comedy Adam F. It's a more visual video. It's poking fun at how when they try to vote out the traitor, they cannot spell the name for the life of people.
I voted for you, Judy. I think you'd make a fabulous traitor. I'm so sorry, Judy. I've put your name down too. You're playing an absolutely blinding game. I'm voting for you, Judy. I really hope I'm right on this one.
Are they, I don't know how to say it. I was going to say, are they stupid?
Are they stupid?
I obviously haven't watched this season, but the last season, they kept spelling Sierra's name wrong from Summer House. And I was like, this feels like a microaggression.
Yeah, I think they are just people. And it happens on Survivor, too, when they vote out survivors. I'm always floored at how people spell people's names.
But it's also like, okay, you're at the round table, you're seeing the names. Maybe the person's like, that's not how you spell my name. And then you continue to spell it wrong in new and increasingly creative ways. They must be doing it on purpose sometimes.
No, I don't think so. I think they are not.
I don't know. The Sierra one fell a little, to me.
Yeah. Okay, so the next video is by Jordan Raphael, and it's about Colton Underwood on the season.
I was originally on The Bachelor, but now I'm just gay. Oh, that gay guy coming through. Gay guy coming through. Is anybody going to have that croissant? I'm gay. Of course, I'm on the gay boat. I used to be a football player, but now I'm just a...
This is spot on comedy for Colton. That is exactly what he's been doing. He's very annoying.
I can't wait. This is slightly a spoiler, but it's fine.
It's
not a spoiler. It's to be expected.
Yeah.
I don't actually know who's a traitor, who's whatever, etc. But I really look forward to this.
And then we must talk about Heated Rivalry. We were kind of early to talking about them.
Can you believe?
We were early, yeah. And then it obviously blew up, and every other video is a Heated Rivalry video. I mean, on my FYP.
That's the thing is that I've been thinking about at what point are we going to hit the tipping point of oversaturation? Because
soon it's coming.
I'm a little at the point they're obviously, I think it's because we were early to Heated Rivalry.
Mm-hmm. We were.
And so it feels also like it's been much longer for us now. And they're now at the Golden Globes and they're getting so much attention. But I will like videos, but then I like one, so I get 500 more, and I'm like, okay, I'm kind of sick of this now.
And our chat also sends a lot because Melissa is maybe overly obsessed.
She might have, there might have a problem. Yeah, there might be something that we might need to have an intervention.
Yeah, exactly.
Some of the funny ones I've seen have been, there was one of a guy, or not, it was we don't know who it was, but a person showed their dad's to-do list and he had listened to NPR and he wrote down to watch the hockey show.
I love that. I tried to sell that to my dad too, but my dad never ended up watching it. I'm going to follow up on that.
You got it. And then the other one I like is there's a lot of videos of people watching other people watching it on planes.
That's really funny.
I listened to part of the Game Changers audiobook on my trip to Toronto.
Did you like it?
I think I need to switch to reading it. And the reason I think I need to switch to reading it is because the narrator, it's the same guy doing the voices, the entire thing, the entire book. Have you heard of this?
I saw a TikTok video of someone saying, why does this person sound like a guy from Brooklyn, like an old man from Brooklyn?
Well, he's supposed to sound like a guy from Brooklyn, but he sounds like a monster. It just...
the narration isn't good.
It is...
I'll
let you find
I'll
it.
probably listen, yeah. Okay, last but not least, we haven't done this section in forever because we felt like every celebrity, except for Jay-Z, I was wrong about that, obviously, joined TikTok. But you know who finally joined is Celine Dion, and she made a big splash with her video about joining.
Oh, Mama, I got kids. We have to get you on TikTok and all that. I'm like, what? On TikTok. I've heard that before. Suddenly I'm becoming cool. Celine Dion is cool. That's amazing. TikTok, here I come. Ciao.
Do you think she is going to actually continue to do TikTok, or it's just a promotion cycle?
I think she'll continue, or someone on her team will. She'll be posting
Did you give her a follow?
I haven't yet, but I'm going to. I love Celine.
Yeah, I love Celine. I, from the first video, was like, she's not like the way Lizzo was, obviously, you know, or like a Charlie XCX.
Well, it's so late to the game. TikTok has evolved so much. But I like the way she poked fun at herself, and you know, she's so unserious and amazing.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, well, this has been a wonderful first episode back. Thank you, Catalina. Hopefully I have time to edit this and get this out on Thursday. And thanks, everyone, for listening.
Bye, friends.
Bye.